Welcome to Flat Earth Debate. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you're new to this channel, or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you would like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside the show while it is live, and if you would like to join the debating panel, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video. There are a couple of rules in the Hangout. Number one, please do not swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please do not try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You will be warmly welcome back on the next stream. In a moment, I'm going to transition to my photos so I can share the show on Facebook, Skype, and Twitter, and I would encourage anybody who is currently in the live stream to please share the show. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but that in turn increases the likelihood of a more diverse panel, so please, please, please share the show. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. I've just shared the show on Facebook, Skype, and Twitter, and one more time, if you've not done so already, please share the show on social media to increase the diversity of the panel by increasing the live audience. If you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, please subscribe as well, and also hit the bell notification icon. Get my words out. Been a rough day. Hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If one of the members of the live audience could check the link, just click on that link just to check that we have actually got a functioning Hangout, that'd be very much appreciated. And you may hear from me again with exactly the same information if we're not joined by our first guest. If not, we'll be introducing our first guest when they arrive. Hopefully see you with an introduction rather than the same information. I suppose I could do some shout-outs, couldn't I? That probably make more sense than sitting here in silence. Let's see who is in first. Niels Hansen, good to have you here. Nice to see you. New name. Be sure to subscribe. Thalo, hi, thanks for being here. Good to see you as well. Hope you've had a nice Christmas. Cat Earth, Alex, good to have you. Hope you've had a nice Christmas as well. Wrecked Panda 2017, thanks for being in the live stream. Nice to see you. Very inventive screen name. Arwin, pleased to have you. Featured on the Christmas special. Good to have you in our chat. Zayo Rain, thanks for being here. Nice to see you, Zayo. Roger MC, thanks for being here. Karen P. Coltrane, nice to see you in our live chat again. Thanks for being here. Peanuts Clark, good to see you. Xana, thanks for being here. Mercury Messenger 7, thanks for being in the live stream. Good to see you. Hope you've had a nice Christmas. Not eating too many cakes. I know I have. Flat Earth Christian Truthers, good to see you. I'm sure you've had a very nice Christmas. Agent Detective, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Weird Science, nice to see you in the stream, my friend. Thanks for being here. HootYube seems to get trolled a lot these days, letting me know that he got a few socks chasing him around. Good to have you here, HootYube. Some Chinese writing that I definitely am not going to even attempt to read, but good to have you here all the same. Mad Hatter, thanks for being here. Nice to see you. I think everything's functioning okay. Dawn Treader UK says F the FE cult. Good for you. You hold on to that delusion, my friend. Richard Bailey, good to have you here. Nice to see you. Andre's Design, thanks for being here as well. Good to see you. Any more for any more? I think that's pretty much it. Ah, Face. Last but not least. I think that's pretty much it. So yes, if you would like to join the debating panel, any of you in the live stream currently, simply click on the link in the info box below this video. Be sure to mute the page you're currently listening to me on before you do so, but you can join the show and express your views on the shape of the Earth. There are a couple of rules in the Hangout. Number 1, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected. And if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. If you would like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside the show while it is live. And if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth debate. Most importantly, please, please, please share the show, as it increases the live audience, which in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So again, you might hear from me one last time to give you the same exact information if we're not joined by our first guest. And if we are, you'll have an introduction from me. Hope you all had a good Christmas, by the way, in the chat. Not everybody celebrates Christmas. I know after contacting everybody in my Skype list, a few of them got back to me to say, actually, I don't celebrate Christmas, but I'll have a wonderful Monday. So I wish them the very happiest Monday they've had. Good times, Cat Earth, good times. No mention of the ISS Santa Claus flyby this year at Christmas. Piece of propaganda was so 2016. Good to have you here, Chris. Nice to see you. Marie-Louise, is it? Good to see you as well. Nice to have you in our chat. Thanks for being here. Wrecked Panda says, Christmas doesn't exist. It's a mirage. No, Gem. Wrecked Panda. I shouldn't say Gem Panda. It's a sock after all. Not a mirage. It's looming. We have been joined by our first guest. I believe that's Peanuts Clark's icon. Let's see if I'm right. See how my memory's doing. How you doing, Peanuts? Am I right? Is it you?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing brilliantly. Check out that memory for icons, or avatars, I should say. You had a good Christmas?
How does it sound?
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I'm glad it's over with.
Is that so? I love Christmas.
Man. Yeah, it just seems like a stressful month, you know what I mean?
Maybe. I don't know, I can see it would get stressful if I had 2 more kids.
Yeah. Did Eleanor get a lot for Christmas?
Yeah, she got a fair few things, bits and bobs. It's been a staggered process opening it all. But you know, she can only really focus on one thing at a time. So getting her open half a dozen presents at once was a nigh on impossibility. But it was good. It was good fun Christmas. No complaints. About you? You got family and stuff to open presents with, or do you not celebrate Christmas?
I don't really care for it much, but my family does. So I play along with it, you know, for their sake. And I have 3 kids, so of course I don't get anything anymore. So everything just kind of goes to the kids, really.
Yep, I had my first dad Christmas, so I got some socks, very handy. I think I got a t-shirt, very nice. that was my Christmas present. No Nintendo for Nathan this year. Santa didn't come down my chimney.
Right.
No, I did have some nice things. I'm lying. Got some very nice cash. That was lovely.
That's cool. Yeah, every year I always think about when I was 6 years old. My family that I grew up with really pushed the Santa Claus. You know, you better be good. You know, so that was pushed on me pretty strongly. And I remember, you know, going to sleep Christmas Eve, you know, trying to go to sleep, being very anxious, you know, and I just couldn't stand it. I got up in the middle of the night and I walked in, and I remember seeing my mom and dad putting all the presents underneath the tree, and that's when I realized, when I was 6 years old, that was that night that I realized that you know, it was all a joke, you know, and probably should have looked into more stuff then, but you know, I was only 6 years old. But that's kind of what it makes me think of.
Yep, just conditioning you for the future lies that you're going to be subject to.
Right. Well, anyway, man, I've been watching you know, like your last 5 or 6 shows. I try to catch every one, and I thought that was pretty damning. You know, being able to use Google Earth to show evidence. You know, and it's just kind of hard to not believe what my eyes are telling me, and it's almost like for using radius in that math equation, it's like we just have to assume that radius is there. I think it would be a lot different if you know, people that defend the globe. I think if they were constantly being able to conduct and being able to show, you know, refraction. This is what it's doing. Be able to show the distance, you know, and I don't know. I just thought that was pretty. I thought that was pretty damning. I thought that was, you know, because how do you get away from that? You know, how do you pull the rabbit out of the hat on that, as they say?
I know, man. You can ask. Man. We've been joined by Alex. How you doing, Cat Earth? Good to have you here. Hope you've had a nice Christmas.
Yeah. What's up? I'm here. I came. It's Christmas. I got lots of nice presents. Unlike you guys, I got loads of nice presents. I got a watch. Like, it's a smartwatch, yeah, but like it's like really high maintenance, and it's like always telling me to do stuff. Like, it's like stand up. It's like you've been sitting down too long. Go for a walk. Go and do this. Oh man, it's crazy. But I feel a little bit, you know, I feel a bit healthier. And I went for a run, and I was like, yeah, the watch congratulated me, and like my watch doesn't usually do that. So I was like, yeah, that's all right. How are you guys doing anyway? Hello? Did I get sniped?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, Peanuts?
Hey.
Long time no speak, bro.
How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually a lot better today now that Christmas is over with.
Oh, you don't like Christmas, no?
I mean, it's not the fact that I like. It's not like I dislike it. I I look around and I just see people consuming, and it makes me feel like that's one of the reasons why Christmas is so pushed on society, is because it makes people consume.
Yeah.
And
Don't worry about it too much, man. I made loads of money in my shop. Loads of people in like retail and stuff, man. We need Christmas. We need Christmas to survive. We need these little
yeah,
holidays. It's really good for the industry. So, it means that people, make a bit more money, a bit more money in people's pockets, a bit more, out and in. So it's all good. Don't worry about it too
yeah,
much, man.
yeah. I guess that there are
It's benefits.
small business owners that do. It's probably their best time of the year.
Oh yeah, and New Year's as well. Oh, everyone's going to be quitting smoking. It's going to be awesome. The New Year's resolutions. Yeah, man, you got to look on the positives in life, innit? You can't always look on the negatives. It's like, yeah, people are doing that. It's like society's going a bit that way anyway, but it doesn't mean you have to be like that. You can still celebrate it, do you know what I mean, without being like really materialistic.
Right.
You do like nice things, innit? You don't have to buy like expensive presents. Do like nice things, like be with your family, and everyone gets a day off together, and positives.
Well, and it's kind of like this time of year, people, and people in traffic, people are nice and they let you go in front, and somebody helps somebody with somebody on the side of the road or something, and it's almost like we should be like this all year,
Hell yeah, you should.
Right.
We should. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoy Christmas. It depends. Like, I haven't had the last few Christmases were pretty rubbish, but in general, I'm not all against Christmas. So I think it's a nice time. It's a nice day to have off. Really, finally get a day off.
Alex, what did you see that thing in Los Angeles, California?
Oh, what was it? No, I didn't.
I
What are you
mean,
talking about? What happened?
well, I mean, we were told that SpaceX launched a Falcon 9.
Oh yeah, I saw some of that launch. Yeah, terrible camera work.
Yeah, I was just wondering your opinions on it. But if you didn't see it, then
Honestly, I watched the camera launch. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah? It looked like I was like, well, who the hell took this video? It looks like someone standing with a blowtorch or something. Terrible camera work. And at one point they switched in the live feed to like an amateur who was getting much better footage. But do you know what I mean? It was an amateur, and it was like didn't have enough good equipment. I don't know. Like they had something like I don't know the exposure or the contrast. I don't know. I'm not a camera guy, but weird going on with that video.
I think you're talking about different things, aren't you?
Oh, am I? I was just talking about the one that was like live launched the other night, like a few nights ago.
I think Peanuts is
December
talking about
22nd.
what looked like an angel coming down from heaven.
I'm sure I'm talking about the same one. Anyway, but yeah, what's wrong with it? Is it like it triggered you or something? You think it's fake?
I guess I don't know, man. I keep watching it, and I keep trying to look at different views. Kind of like you're saying. I keep trying to see what's going on, because I don't, in my mind, I don't want to mistake something for something that's normal. Because at first, the little thing that looks like it's spiraling behind the rocket. Once I watched it a couple of times, I realized that was just the ejection of the first stage, and apparently the thing still had some type of thrust, because it was doing a circle as it was coming down, but it made it look crazy in the sky, But I think it's weird how they launched that right before Christmas, and then I don't remember any type of promotion before it. It's almost like they just did it, and it's just they wanted people to see it. They wanted something like that to go viral.
Sorry, my mic was off. Yeah, but people do like watching those things, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm not particularly that interested in them, but it's because of everything, in this that I watch these things now, sometimes. I was just laughing. I was going, yeah, it looks fake. But I don't think it's fake, by the way. But I don't. I just, if they're going to fake it, they wouldn't have made it look fake.
Yeah. Well, I do believe that they do launch something. Now,
Yeah.
when they show them landing the rocket, no, I think that's fake.
You think that's fake? It does look kind of crazy, yeah.
Something just don't look right about it. Like the depth of the video.
No, I know
It
exactly what
looks.
you mean. I get what you mean. But I think it's also because you don't have much to
I'm
reference.
listening now.
What's up, buddy?
I'm going to mute you because I can't. It's confusing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a new guest. Been joined by Critical Unity. How you doing?
There's my microphone.
Don't know.
How you doing, Critical Unity? You had a good Christmas? Hello?
Oh,
You, my friend, how you doing?
Hey,
Good
what's
to have you
going on?
here.
What the hell?
Also
Turn off the
been
microphone here.
we can hear you quite clearly. How you doing, Dawn Treader?
Okay. All right.
How you doing, Dawn Treader?
Sorry, hi Nathan.
Good to have you here, my
Happy
friend.
Christmas, everyone.
Happy Christmas to you too.
Happy Christmas.
My friend.
Good to have you here.
What took one's over here?
So me
What's
and
going on in the
Critical,
background over there?
Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm just going to switch out.
what's the topic?
What are you doing?
Yeah, sorry, I was a bit loud, Nathan.
All right.
How's all the cult
What do
doing
you think about the
tonight?
flat Earth, guys? What do you think about the flat Earth? What's going on? And these wonderful biblical times, isn't it just great to be living on a flat Earth?
Oh, it's amazing.
Isn't it? I mean, we're not like
It
fucking.
would be magical, I guess, but I don't think it is. Sorry, man.
So me and Critical have come on basically to present the theory that flat Earth is a retarded psyop,
Okay.
and you're all lying, and you're all involved, and the psyop's now turning into a dangerous cult, basically. And you're ruining people's minds, breaking up families, teaching children fantasy.
It's true.
It's breaking relationships up. People are addicted to it. It's disgusting.
That is a good point.
Very good point.
So
Hey.
so basically, you're okay with children being taught that evolution is fact?
Oh yes,
You're okay with that?
plenty of evidence.
It does occur
Plenty of
on a daily
evidence.
basis on species like fish and bacteria. I mean, what's wrong with evolution? I don't know. It could be possible that evolution and God exist at the same time. Don't you think it's a bit of a divisive thing? Why does it have to be so, binary?
Yeah, I agree.
This or that.
I agree as well.
God and evolution could exist at the same time, as well as aliens. We have the Pope who came out saying, it's okay to believe in aliens and to believe in God as well. I mean, you don't have to believe that, we're in an enclosed dome and that it's don't you think it's a bit claustrophobic? I mean, wouldn't it be great to be able to explore the universe? I mean, website that is called flatearthdeception.com, which has a great article which outlines the fact that there's a lot of points in the Bible actually that say that it's a globe, and all the points that say that it's flat are incorrect. And this psyop exploded out of nowhere. It's extremely bizarre and suspicious, don't you think? About 4 years ago, I think mainly to divide, distract, and discredit. Don't you think, sir? What do you think, dude?
Definitely, definitely.
Well, doesn't the Bible tell us to test all things and hold fast to what's true?
Yep.
The
So
fact
that's
that this
why
could
when
be
you
a
test the
side, don't
flat
you
Earth,
think?
you find out it's not flat, and then the Bible doesn't explicitly say the Earth's flat.
But by these two guys basically labeling, people that they don't even know, to be in a cult.
No, but it's coming from getting to know them, isn't it? He's not just saying that. He's just jumped in here and he's making.
I've been watching you for a year.
I know, but I mean, I don't subscribe to a dome. I don't believe we're in a dome.
No, okay.
No.
Okay. What's going on? What's going on over here?
Peanuts, I won't say the specifics, but we talked about it, and you've had specific problems with people in your life, right, because of this issue. So what he was saying there isn't that I won't go into, I won't say what, but and we were talking about that, and so you must be able to relate to that part of what he was saying.
Yeah, I do.
I love the cat. I love that cat picture. It's awesome. Awesome, man.
It's more believable than flat.
I mean, guys, just imagine that this, could be a psyop, okay? Sorry?
Go ahead. Sometimes I feel like, just because, somebody is questioning what they've been told or trying to prove what they've been told, that doesn't make them something wrong just because they're not going along with mainstream.
I agree.
But if they don't listen to the answers, you see why people get frustrated. Or they just turn to calling people giving them the answers liars, or switching the subject, or calling us morons or whatever. That's the problem. That's why people are getting frustrated with each other.
It's all divide and conquer. Globe heads, flat tards. It's silly, man. Guys, we all have the same blood, flowing through our veins. Can we not address, the actual proven conspiracies? We have a depopulation agenda. It'd be fucking awesome if the planet was shaped like, I don't know, whatever, a triangle. That'd be cool. Whatever. It'd be cool. That'd be, really interesting. To have a plan to kill most of us on the planet. Don't you think we should focus on that first, guys? I don't know. It's a little thing called the Georgia Guidestones. It happens to be literally written in stone, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting because debating the flat Earth. I mean, wouldn't there be daylight all the time? The sun would at least be seen as a star. I mean, come on, man. Let's stop this flat Earth shit. Can we do that and focus on the real issues? It's fun to debate, though. I mean, it's interesting.
I'd love to.
What do you?
I mean, if I had if I got to see some really, really good evidence and something that could be repeated over and over,
there's lots of that.
I would be glad to change my mind.
There is like loads of it, and
there's
it's like hardly any for flat Earth.
It's unlimited.
For flat Earth.
Dude, people have gone around the Earth, okay, across the poles.
Bruce.
You know what I mean? How's it going, Bruce?
Hey guys.
Hey Bruce, good to have you here. Nice to see you.
I
thought you guys needed someone without an accent.
Have I got an accent?
What do you mean? I'm Canadian as well, dude. Where are you, American?
Yeah, Denver.
Norfolk.
First time you've joined, Bruce. Good to have you here.
You think it's a psyop, Bruce?
Absolutely not. I mean, you're saying that I'm part of a psyop?
Yeah.
Like,
do you not think it's possible?
That you mean that I'm gullible? I'm not you're not saying I'm premeditative.
Gullible,
I'm not part of the psyop. I'm falling for the psyop.
Yeah.
You're part of it by association. You're part of it.
But yeah, you've fallen for it more than you're. But by falling for it, you're also propagating it, right? If it's true, if it is a psyop.
Let's go back to your initial premises of the impact of this scenario, which is that we're breaking up families.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to know which topics are convenient for you and the homogeneity of families. 9/11, is that something we shouldn't bring up?
Something people are more willing to listen to in general, in my experience.
You haven't met my dad. My dad doesn't even believe Building 7 fell down. He doesn't. When I show him pictures of Building 7, he says, "You got to prove to me that's Building 7."
Okay.
Is that really the level of mind control that's going on? I mean, because we were just talking about this before.
I don't think we should discuss 9/11 with children either.
Maybe so you're saying 9/11 is a conspiracy we should drop as well for the purpose of families.
When you get to 16, we should teach about 9/11, both sides of the story.
Okay, so as long as you have a driver's license, you could talk about 9/11 in a family setting, but it's not a psyop.
I agree with that.
9/11 is not a psyop. It's not something that's destroying America, right?
Yeah, but 9/11's debatable, and the flat Earth really isn't. When you dig down into it. How can you say the
flat Earth? There's 1 million documents on Google right now about 1 million. Okay.
Yeah. So
1 million.
I bet there's more on the globe and everything to do with it.
Actually, there's not. In fact, the person,
loads more.
Mr. Cat person.
There's 1 million pieces of toilet paper that I wiped on my ass.
There's 1 million documents on flat Earth on Google right now. Okay.
Let's see one.
Yeah, pull one up.
To say that it's not debatable.
We'll pull one up then.
Wait, hang on. To say that it's not debatable and say there's 1 million documents on Google, it's the fastest growing topic on Google. And to say it's not debatable,
maybe it's a psyop.
Just not. Hang on, let me just finish. That's just not genuine to say that. To say it's not debatable.
No, it is genuine.
Let's find out how debatable it is, Mr. Cat.
Well, yeah, I was a flat Earth for 2 years, so I do understand this.
2 years,
Tell me your three most solid reasons for believing that you're on a spinning ball, and let me know why it's not debatable. Your three best reasons for believing you're on a spinning ball.
We're here. We were here.
Depends on the definition
me, guys.
of debate.
Just want to introduce our new guest. Been joined by Sleeping Warrior. Good to have you here.
Can I just...
Yo, Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
And we've been joined by... Whoa, wait, bear with me. Nearly done. We've been joined by Tim Osman as well. Good to have you here, Tim Osman.
Tim will be able to sum up the psyop.
Good
day.
What's up, Tim?
Okay.
Anti-psyop team.
Let's just take it one step at a time. We're trying to figure out if flat Earth is even debatable, which, what a waste of time. But okay.
You can debate it, but it's pointless.
Anything.
So, Mr.
Waste of time.
Oh,
you
it's
understand?
Sorry, I didn't see that. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me, guys. Just want to say hello to Brenda. Hello, Brenda. How you doing? Good to have you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Brenda.
Oh, we got one other. We got Friendly Fix.
Flat Earth is a proven fact.
Let's just say hello to Friendly Fix. How you doing, Friendly?
Can you debate fact?
Bear with me, guys. Dawn Treader, just want to introduce Friendly. Hold on, Brenda. How you doing, Friendly?
I'm doing good.
Good to have you here.
Hello, everyone. Hey, guys.
Hello.
One question I'd like to ask. Okay, how would nighttime exist on a flat Earth? Can you tell me?
Well, you're assuming that the sun is the diameter that you think it is. If the sun is a lot smaller than what you think it is, then it's very easy to understand that the sun cannot light up the entire world.
No.
Why not?
Because it's small.
Right. And so when we see it getting smaller as it left, due to perspective,
due to convergence, yes, convergence.
What is convergence?
Why does it just set?
What's the question?
Why doesn't it get smaller, like you just said? Why does it just set?
There's a lot of people that are showing videos showing it gets smaller.
Yeah, have you ever seen it with the solar filter? Have you ever seen it with the solar filter?
Yes, I've seen it with the solar filter.
And it sets, right? It doesn't shrink into the horizon.
It does shrink into the horizon.
No, it doesn't. Show us one then.
Yeah, but Cat Earth, let me ask you a question on that point.
He's gaslighting us, guys.
No science debate tonight.
The first question was, how could we have darkness on the flat Earth? I answered that.
Correct.
Next question is,
you answered it incorrectly.
Why doesn't the sun shrink in terms of convergence? Now, if you want me to point you to videos, there was a great video that... I'm sorry?
What is convergence?
Convergence is the artistic perspective of what happens on a flat plane only, never on a ball.
We're drifting into science debate now. It's pointless.
I just want to answer his question.
You have to rewrite all of science.
Convergence is artistic perspective.
You're not in a position to rewrite all of science.
Let him finish it, though.
Okay.
For fuck's sake.
Because we want him to understand.
Sorry, phone call came in. So, yes, it comes from an artistic term, rather. And what happens is as we look out over a flat plane, if you look through a hallway, for example, the ceiling comes down and the floor comes up to meet at a center point so that everything is narrowing as it goes outwards, which is what happens on the horizon.
Right.
That,
if you envision your
that
flat Earth
only
model,
happens.
the sun would be seen always at the same time. What is up with your profile?
No, that is not true.
No, let him finish it. Let him finish it. Let him finish it.
The sun would not be seen at all. That is not a necessary condition. That is wrong for you to keep saying that. But let me finish one more thing on convergence. Convergence only happens on a flat plane. It never can happen.
You have no idea how bright the sun would be at any size.
That's false.
No. But what he said, right? So explain this, dude. So you understand perspective, right? You understand that the sun is not really setting; it's shrinking into the horizon, right? On a flat.
Well,
Earth.
if you look at
right?
If you look at the footage of the midnight sun, there is obviously ebb and flow to the sun going up and down in altitude.
No, but let's stick with the perspective. Right? When the sun sets.
Wait. Listen, hang on. There is an up and down flow to the sun. No, it doesn't.
You're changing the subject.
I'm not, because all of these aspects move to the dynamics of the sun. Why am I
changing the subject? The subject is convergence.
No, you're saying that the sun doesn't set. I'm saying it is possible that the sun is
subject
also
is flat
fading in
psyop.
altitude. Yeah, you're right. That's the subject I called on.
The major thing we want to...
I brought up
you said that this imagery with a solar filter of the sun shrinking, right? If the sun's just shrinking and going off on a flat plane, we should be able to zoom back in on it at some point if we have a high enough, powerful enough.
Yeah, I'll tell you who gave a great video on it.
You can't do it.
It's set. It doesn't even change angular size through the day. You just set.
Yeah, there's a great video going out right now of a barge that is going from, I think, the Suez Canal, and it is traveling, I mean, extensive miles. We're talking, I think it goes over 1,000 miles in time, in a fast time sequence, and it just keeps following the sun west.
Can you? Yeah, that's beside the point. Can you provide us? Can you provide us with a
What's
picture?
he talking about anyway?
Yeah, can you provide us with a picture?
There's a boat barge, right,
me, Bruce,
on the ocean.
Bruce, can I talk to you, please?
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
that's what I was talking about. So I'm trying.
That was irrelevant to what we're talking about. That's irrelevant.
Can you provide us? Zoom into the sun as it goes west.
Yeah, and then you talked about a barge following the sun, which was irrelevant.
Nonsense.
Yeah,
these people are hopelessly biased.
So the question, Bruce, please listen. Can you provide me with a picture of the sun at midnight?
Why would I provide you with a picture of the sun at midnight? Why is that a necessary condition?
Because on a flat Earth, I should be able, with a strong enough telescope, to be able to bring back the sun.
What's the maximum focal point for a telescope?
It depends on the size of the telescope.
Wait a minute. You're eluding the question, and you guys are laughing because you're eluding the question.
I'm not laughing. Somebody else is.
Okay, well, there's a maximum point the telescope goes, and for you to say what size is the telescope,
it depends on the size of the telescope.
You're evading the question. Whatever the maximum telescope out there is, get your best telescope. Get your most powerful telescope, and the world is bigger than that. You cannot see to the horizon with a telescope.
Why not?
Because they haven't made them that powerful. How far can you see up in the sky?
Can you show that's necessarily true?
All right, I'm gonna put. Why don't you guys Google periscope, for example, and you can find out the maximum distance of a periscope or a telescope.
Well, periscopes are rather small.
It doesn't even matter. The point is the sun can travel beyond its point of sight. Do you get that? It's not a necessary condition to say that a telescope should be able to see the sun everywhere.
There's no such thing as the point of sight.
Yes, there is. There is.
No,
you realize that there is atmosphere, right? You realize that with atmosphere limits the visibility of a telescope.
Now you're switching to atmosphere.
No, I'm not. You're trying to say
the atmosphere would remain constant with your
Listen, slow down. The problem here is you're saying that I should be able to pull up the sun in a telescope at midnight. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm saying there's no way
Brent
a
is
telescope
just being
could,
facetious.
there's
No,
no way
no.
a telescope.
No.
This is ridiculous.
Imagine that I have a round table. It's a poker table. It's a round table, and I have a pea, a green pea, and I suspend the pea above the
It
table.
would be seen by everyone, you know. It's so
It would be
obvious.
seen by
Okay,
everybody.
look, let me make this really easy for you.
Simulations of the flat Earth.
Can I make this really easy for you? Can you get a telescope and
Different
see
sides of the
Paris?
moon
Can you see
would
the
be
Eiffel
seen.
Tower? Can
Yeah,
you see? Can you
No,
see the
I
Eiffel Tower in a
can't. That's
telescope?
because my view of those places is obstructed by the curve.
Okay. Where do you live?
Is there any non-noob flat earthers?
Where do you live?
And we see I live in Minnesota. I live in
Where do you
Minnesota.
live?
Minnesota.
Okay. In Minnesota. Can you get your telescope? Do you have a telescope? Do you own a telescope? I own a couple.
I don't. I did when I was little.
Well, I think you really need to go buy one. Because
Why?
for you to think that you could see, I don't know how far you think you could see on a telescope. But
I just said that
if the world is
trillions
flat,
of miles.
If the world is flat and the sun is in Paris, you can't see it through a telescope at midnight, okay?
Well,
that's ridiculous to say that. This is a ridiculous thought experiment.
That's only because it's obstructed by
This
the
is a
curvature
sphere.
of the Earth.
Wait. I thought the sun was 3,000 miles above our head.
Listen to my words very clearly. If the world was flat, you could not see the sun over Paris through a telescope. It's
Why
a
not?
ridiculous thought experiment.
Why not?
Why
You
not?
just said, where does the telescope end?
Don't even know what it
Where
was
does
like
end?
if the Earth was flat. You can't visualize
I
it.
think you meant the opposite, sir. You would be able to see the whole world if the world was flat. Things would
if
just
the
fade
world
off
was flat,
into the
all of a
distance.
sudden
There would be no
telescopes could see.
friggin'.
You're telling
There
me
would
that
be
if the
no
world was flat, all of a
horizon
sudden
at all,
telescopes could
sir.
see the entire world.
No.
Is that
Yes.
what you're telling me? I could
I
take
saw
a
a trillion
telescope
miles
from
with my
America
telescope.
and see Antarctica if the world was
What the
flat.
hell?
Sure,
This is
why
a
not?
ridiculous thought experiment.
Why? Why is
Because-
it ridiculous?
Because
It's not
telescopes
ridiculous.
can't see that far. Why is that so hard to
We can
understand?
see the sun
course they
3
can.
miles. We can see the sun 3,000
Bruce.
miles above us with our plain eyes.
You
Right?
can see
we
what?
see the sun
Bruce.
3,000 miles above us with our eyes, right? The
The
sun, you
sun,
say, is 3,000
3,000
miles
miles.
above us, right?
I didn't say 3,000 miles, but
Well,
okay.
how far is the sun above us at noon?
I'll go with 3,000 miles. It's
32.
better than
Okay.
93
Okay,
million.
from New
I'll
York
just
to
make it
Paris.
up.
From
I'll just
New York
make
to
it
Paris
up.
is
Yeah,
about
it's
3,000
better,
miles.
guys. Whatever's better.
So New York to Paris is 3,000 miles. So why can't we see it in Paris?
New York to Paris is what?
Oh, 3,000 miles, 3,500.
Sorry.
Okay,
Bruce.
you want to
Well, that
you want to
was-
talk
Hey,
about
go to Mount Everest. You'd be able
you
to
want
see
to
the whole
talk about
planet.
I can't even hear you guys, but if you don't know the difference between
off.
atmosphere going horizontally versus atmosphere going up, then you got a kind of a problem here, right?
What?
You're not going to be able to see Paris on a flat Earth in a telescope.
You have no idea. You're just hoping.
Bruce.
Wait a minute. You actually
'cause the
need
Earth
to
is
go
a
to
sphere.
Paris
Bro,
on a
what-
flat Earth
Come on,
on a
man.
The
telescope.
horizon then.
It's
We just
imaginary,
follow
so
the
you can't say yes or no.
I know how far telescopes can see.
No,
It's
but
not
you're
imaginary.
saying the atmosphere is so thick. We can see stars on the horizon. So how do we see the stars on the horizon? How do we
Well,
see
how
the?
far are the stars?
Well, probably further than Paris, right? Or are they in between you and Paris? They're just like on a little sheet of paper.
First of all, is there any mountains in the way of me and
But
the
they're
stars?
further away, dude, than Paris, right? The stars. You got to admit that when you see them on the horizon.
Yeah.
Well, you just said the sun was the same distance as Paris, right?
Well, no, you're missing the point. The stars are further away than Paris, and you can see them on the horizon.
Are you saying the
Slightly.
stars are further away than the
Slightly
sun?
farther.
I'm saying they're further away than Paris.
You said the sun was the same as Paris.
Bruce, we
Oh,
can see
man.
stars, yeah? So we would be able to see Paris.
Okay.
So anyway,
you have a
do you
mountain in
have
front
any
of you?
evidence that the Earth is a flat, dude? Do you have any evidence, or are you just a noob?
Yeah, I got. You want to start? You ready?
Got a million
Wait,
documents.
first,
I mean,
what were you doing
so
5 years ago?
I asked
Yeah,
you-
a million Google
I asked you for
documents.
your top three
Sorry,
arguments.
what were you
for the
doing 5
spinning
years
ball.
ago, though?
Hang on. Can I answer his question? I can go on.
No,
for
but
the
were you,
next
did you
hour.
know this? Were you
Excuse me.
thinking flat Earth 5 years ago? No, because it's a psyop. But go
Excuse
ahead.
me. I wasn't thinking 9/11 5 years ago. I wasn't thinking JFK 5 years ago. I wasn't thinking if Republicans and Democrats were the same 5 years ago. I wasn't thinking you should stop voting.
Okay,
5
so
years
what's
ago.
your flat Earth evidence again?
No, flat Earth 5
So
years
I've got
ago.
about
It
100.
popped out of the blue.
Now
about
I wanna
4
start-
years ago, didn't it?
Flat Earth psyop has made you question everything.
Okay, so I asked you for your top 3 proofs that you live on a spinning ball, and you gave
we
me
asked
0.
you. We asked you.
No. It started
We
with
just
me
asked you
asking
what your flat Earth
Catman.
is,
Hang
dude.
on. I know. I'm about to go, but I just want to put the scoreboard here. Okay.
There isn't
I
a
asked
top
Catman,
3. There's unlimited evidence.
Okay, Mr. Pumpkin, give me your top 2 then.
Well, here's another. We would see different sides of the moon, wouldn't we?
You know the top 3. You know the top 3.
Knockout.
Okay, so the top one is you would see the different sides of the moon. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's number 1.
No, the top one is we would
How
see
about
the
the
sun
2
at all
celestial
times.
points?
So you're assuming that the
south. How about
ball
that one?
is. You're assuming that the moon is a ball.
We have
and
a
that you would
horizon.
I think the 2 celestial poles is a very
better.
powerful argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Deal with
They
it.
don't understand because they
celestial
have
poles.
0 conceptual skills.
See,
You
2
won't even
celestial
understand it.
poles.
Do you
Okay,
understand the
these are your
2 celestial
two-
poles, Bruce?
These are
Three,
your
I'll
2
leave
biggest. These are your 2 biggest reasons for believing you live in a ball, right?
Those are 3.
No.
Okay, those
It's
are
not
your
a ball. It's actually a sphere.
3
sphere.
of
And it's a
Okay.
globe,
3
if
of
you want to
many.
get real.
3 of many.
You guys are, yeah.
Term.
Okay. All right.
So do you understand
These
the
are your-
celestial sphere there? Do you understand
Yes, I do.
the 2 celestial
These
poles?
are your best 3, right? Is that correct?
Yes. Do you understand it?
No, they're just 3. They're just 3.
Well, I
But
want
do-
your best
Well,
one. Give me your
the
number
first
all
1.
equal.
is
They
there's
all
a
say the same
Celestial
thing.
points.
All
Come
say
on.
There's a horizon in the first place. There's a horizon
Yeah,
in
this
the
guy's
first
a
place.
troll.
That's the best one, I think.
I'm gonna give you
Yeah,
about
it is.
25.
In the
I'm gonna
distance
give you
is the one with
25. I'm gonna give you 25 in 5 minutes, and you guys are having a hard time to give me your best one.
No, you just we did. And you just do you understand it? Do you
I
understand the
just
2
want your best
celestial
one. You
points?
guys said it wasn't your best one.
Bruce,
What's your
listen
best
to
one?
what I'm saying. Do you
Is this-
understand the point of the 2 celestial poles? Explain it to us.
I'm asking you, is this the best one? That's what we're trying to
Yes,
figure out.
yes, it's the best one if that's what you want to hear to talk about.
Okay.
Everyone agree
Yeah,
with
so
this?
that would be the best one.
Yeah, it's the
Everyone
best.
agrees.
It's great.
This is the reason you guys
Great one.
believe
the
in
most
a
common
ball.
thing.
It's great.
I'd say the sun. They're all equally.
Okay, that's number
obviously.
2 then. Yeah, then we'll do that.
What was number 2?
I mean, what?
Oh,
The
let's
sun.
start with keeping number
It's
1.
something you do in the toilet.
How about the
We don't
equinoxes?
need 3. Just
And,
go with
how
the
about
sun
how about how about
You guys
the
are a joke. All right, let's go with
observations?
mine now. Ready?
Hold on.
All right,
hold
it's
on.
never
hold
happened.
on. How about the
You're a joke,
observations?
mate.
If those are the 2 best
Really
reasons for you believing in a reality,
You don't understand them, Bruce. Do you understand the
please
point?
explain it. Please explain it to me, Catman.
No, well, no, hang on. You understand it, right? Because I understand all your flat Earth arguments, so you must
Oh, do
understand
you really?
the
Do you
global
understand
Yeah, we
that
understand
convergence
all your
doesn't
flat
happen
Earth
on a
crap.
ball? Do you
Yeah,
understand
dude,
that
we've
convergence
been doing
doesn't-
this for ages, man. Like, some people have been doing like
So you
3
understand
years.
that convergence
For
doesn't
me,
happen
dude.
on a ball, right?
It's spiritual.
Convergence.
Convergence?
No,
What does that
it's
have to do
set.
with anything?
You're right. Yeah, the sun sets, dude, and that's what we see.
Okay, so we agree that convergence doesn't happen on a ball. Yes.
No, it just sets, so it goes over.
I'm not talking about
On
the
a ball.
sun. I'm talking about
Yes, you
convergence.
are. We're talking about things converging on the
I'm
horizon.
not talking about the sun. I'm saying,
Oh my god.
does convergence happen on a
Yeah,
ball?
so
The
Yes or no?
sun,
both
moon, and
goes
stars
over.
converge. Sure.
Does convergence happen on a ball? Yes or no?
It's a ball. You mean the spherical Earth?
Yes.
The
on anything
observations of
round.
the spherical
On
Earth
anything
at
but a
work?
flat
Is
plane.
that what you're
you
talking about?
elusive. Yes, you're being elusive.
No, what situation?
No,
do you
you're
want
you're
us to
calling
talk
the Earth that you stand on a ball, and it's
You're-
actually a sphere.
You're
So
being
just to let you know.
evasive. You're being evasive. It's a very simple question. Can convergence happen on anything
What
except
convergence
a
of
flat
what?
plane?
What?
Perspective as a perceptual rule does occur, both on the sphere of the Earth. It happens in space. It happens anywhere. It's a
Okay,
fact
can you
of
prove to
human
me that
perception.
convergence happens on a ball?
We can't prove anything to you, buddy.
Can you
You
say
have to
sphere?
prove
Are you
stuff to
able to say the
yourself.
word?
You guys are such a
Convergence,
joke.
perception,
I mean, I don't mean to call names,
perceptive.
but you can't even answer questions. You're really
Can
Can you say
immature.
the word sphere?
The hell is
Can
wrong
you
with
Just
say the
asked us to
word
prove something to you. I can't prove anything to you.
I mean, the
Stop using the
basic
Flat Earth
psyop
theory.
term.
within the
Look,
definition.
am I getting this wrong? What convergence? I'll try. Right. Convergence,
Okay.
right? What do you exactly do you mean by convergence? You mean things converging on the
I
horizon?
thought you've been doing this for so long.
No,
you know
I
what's
want to know
going on
exactly
here.
what you're talking about. Because, like Brenda said, we could be talking about.
Do you know the
talking about-
definition of convergence?
It's where things meet up.
He's just
at
gonna
a point.
gish gallop.
It's something the
where
sun
what?
could not do.
Yeah, so I just
on,
want you to.
on the
Can we just
friggin'
go with the
flat
real
Earth.
He's an
world
idiot.
example of what
Can
you're
I get a definition of
I'd like
convergence?
to hear
from
Alex's
someone there,
answer.
please?
Something the sun could not do above the
Well,
flat
yeah,
Earth. That's your
I'm saying
definition.
where things.
I
where
mean, you
things
guys
meet
are
up
such
at what point.
you guys are such masters of the flat Earth. Let me get you.
No,
a
dude,
definition of
Just
listen,
talks
dude,
over
you're being
everyone.
incredibly rude. I'm trying to answer it, and you're just talking
Well,
over
answer,
me.
please.
Listen,
Give me the.
Bruce.
I'm asking.
Well,
you for the
listen. How can
definition
I
of
answer if you're just going to
convergence.
talk, Bruce? How can I answer if you're just going to talk?
You asked me a question.
Are you
Okay,
now
go
going to
ahead.
shut up?
I'm shutting up.
Okay, right. So convergence is basically where lines meet at a point. right? That is what convergence is. So all I'm asking,
Well, no, you're wrong.
Yeah, I've not finished, Bruce.
You're
Are you going to
wrong.
let me finish?
No, you asked me. Is
No,
that
you're not going to let me
convergence
finish.
is?
Okay,
No.
fine. Well, no, but don't say you tried to have a debate. You just talked over everyone.
But sir, you just asked me, am I right? You gave me your definition. You said, am I right? I said, no, you're not right.
Okay, so what's the definition?
Go make
Come on, give me your definition.
Intrinsic within the definition is that within a flat plane, convergence happens.
I'll be back later.
No, just give me the definition of convergence.
Stay in, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the definition here.
Do we have Anthony Liley here? He's a better flat.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Just tell me.
Because
Liley, you here?
You guys are defensive because you don't understand
Whatever,
convergence.
dude. This is just embarrassing. I could have just looked it up. You're asking me
This
the
guy's
question.
making you look bad, Liley.
Well, I wish you would at some point because you haven't looked it up in
fine.
the
I
past 5
can look
years.
it up if you want.
Convergence proves flat Earth. What a load of nonsense.
Well,
Why is that a load of nonsense?
He's saying that.
Why is that a load of nonsense?
Because it begs the question.
Because you got it off YouTube, flat Earth fallacy video.
Wait, that's not an answer. Why is it nonsense?
Because it begs the question. That's
Which
why.
question? We see convergence.
Whether or not the Earth is flat.
No, we don't. We
That's
see the
why.
sun set, bro.
Wait, we're not talking about the sun. If you watch a
your
play,
definition.
We're talking about convergence.
Hey, forget using the sun. Use light poles. Use an airplane.
Oh my
Don't
God,
use
this
the
guy's
sun.
off his head, bro.
It's gonna look like you should
friend.
get
You
on
are
the side of the
mental,
road.
man.
Seriously.
Do you have a
Your
job?
definition-
Okay, Bruce, move on to the second two. The other two. Top,
The side of the road.
top flat Earth proofs. Convergence.
I can't believe you guys
ruled
don't
out.
understand convergence at all. You don't understand that when you look at light
I do
poles
understand.
going down the
Begs the
street.
I can't believe you don't understand the Earth is a sphere.
You were looking up convergence a few seconds ago on your phone.
When you look
Convergence,
down
if-
the
if-
street and you see poles shrinking, that's convergence.
No,
Light
it's
poles.
perspective.
They have
It's
that
perspective.
effect
It's
with,
not convergence.
with the sun.
When you see a railroad track coming to each other at one point, that's convergence.
You're not going to have
When
that.
you look
that's
down a
perspective.
hallway, when you look down a hallway and the walls are coming narrow,
on the back
and
of a
the
cat.
ceiling
That's
and the
not
roof are
that's
coming
This
narrow.
hallway is proof flat
It's
Earth.
perspective.
You cannot
It's
see
not
it.
convergence. It's not convergence. It's perspective.
Yeah, it's perspective.
There's a
Okay, well,
Bruce,
what are you
can you
talking about?
please stop, please?
When something
You
converges,
can't-
meeting
sun would be
You
saying all the
can't
time.
I'm gonna look
have
up the
that.
definition
You
of
would not
convergence.
have that perspective on a ball. Ever.
Yes, you can. Yes, you
How?
can.
It's
How?
a very big ball. You know.
Well, yes.
would the
If I
horizon-
build, if I
How
build
would the
a hallway,
horizon-
if I build a pair of railroad tracks on a ball, they're going to converge at the horizon, even though the fact that the surface is curved.
First of all, it's going to be fading down, right?
Fading down.
Fading
On a
down.
ball. It's going to be going down the ball, correct? The railroad.
Kind of
Down
like
the-
the
down the
flat
ball.
psyop is going down, right?
So you're at the top of the ball. Can we just try to deal with these problems and stop with the ad hominems on the side? They don't.
There's no
help.
top. There's no top to a ball.
I looked up convergence, by the way. I was right. It's just when things come to a point. Oh dear, you were wrong about that, weren't you?
Yeah.
Bruce.
Yeah, he's right.
Well,
Bruce,
that's-
you,
Number one, right? But what about the different sides of the moon there, Bruce?
Bruce, you got to
Well, you're
understand,
assuming that
man.
you're assuming that the moon's a ball there, right, buddy?
Yes. No, not even an assumption. It's obvious.
So you're
can
begging a
observe-
point there, right?
Do you know what
It's
lunar
not-
research? Do you
You're-
know what,
no,
do
you're
you know what
begging,
lunar
you're begging the
libration
question
is?
there.
What the hell's going on?
what
Begging
is
the question, I just asked you what lunar libration is. Lunar libration.
lunar libation?
I think that might be too complicated.
Vibration.
Vibration. If it was a I was going to make a joke. If it was libation.
Bruce,
This
you
guy
got
can't
it.
even
Do you
understand.
know what that
science.
is, Bruce?
Unbelievable.
So it's fading down the
That
ball.
is, buddy.
I can't hear you guys. You guys are all talking over each other.
Right, well, I'll give it once concisely. Do you know what libration is? That's the question.
I might have to look-
Vibration?
I might have to look that one up.
It's because everyone's talking over each other. Libration. Do you know what that is?
I don't actually.
It's the perception that the moon appears to show more than
Okay,
50%.
so you got some.
Okay, well, I can tell the moon's a sphere from just looking. Like, I think uneducated children can tell it's a sphere.
Bruce, you got to understand.
Very,
man,
very
like,
clearly, sphere.
You can't just come on here and just start making claims and making claims.
That's fair enough.
You guys are making.
Well,
you're making claims that
that's
the moon
reasonable
is
question
a
to ask the whole
circle and
panel.
that I have
Sorry,
to
I'll get this
Bruce,
in.
I'm on your
Sorry, bear with
side.
me. Just want to get one question for the whole panel. Hold on, guys, bear with me. I'm just going to get one question in for the whole panel. Bear with me. It's relevant. It's relevant. Who on the panel does not think the moon is a sphere? Who does not think it's spherical?
No, you don't, do you, Nathan?
Me.
I think it's spherical. Absolutely.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
sorry.
think it's spherical. No, I don't think it's spherical.
I don't
Any
think
more?
it's spherical either.
That's 2. Any more?
You lying, Lily.
Just 2.
Two.
Riley.
I honestly don't know, but I just don't think it's a ball.
Yes, you do. You fucking know.
So basically, it's you
No
and
swearing.
Anthony
Try
Riley.
not to swear.
That one, okay?
Nathan.
Don't swear.
Oh, sorry. Apologies.
You can't.
But you know it's not a ball, just like the sphere Earth.
Sure.
Something dogs play with, you know what I mean? It's a toy that children play with. Which could be the child is, you know.
Yeah, Jeff C pointed that out a long time ago because John LeBon was saying that nonsense. They do this on purpose and call it a ball. Spinning ball, wet ball rocket.
Debate. Yeah, man. Ridiculous.
They're pathetic, dude.
I put my time into that, but I mean, you know, I don't know, man. I think it's really sad, you know, like David Weiss. I mean, he was part of this great podcast, Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, which they actually bailed because he kept going on with his flat Earth crap. I'm sure, you know, he used to be in the military, and if that can be researched and found out, if he's like a CIA agent or him and Patricia Steer, Mark Sargent, all these people. It's obvious that it's an orchestrated.
Yeah.
So
I'd like to discuss
perfect artificially big this thing up to artificially make it possible. I mean, we should not be talking about the shape of the planet now, man.
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
So that's why I really came on, was to talk about the importance of this debate and how you guys were saying that this.
You took it back to fading down the ball.
Well, unfortunately.
So we're coming up on approximately 1 hour of this debate shill psyop broadcast. Hope you're all enjoying it so far. If you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth debate. If you would like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside the show while it is live, so toss me a buck or two in there if you're enjoying these debates. If you're not, just stick a thumbs down on it. But yes, and if you would like to, most importantly, if you'd like to join the debate, there's a link in the info box below this video. With the page you're watching me on now muted, simply click that link to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. There are a couple of rules in the Hangout. Dawn Treader hanging on a thread with this one. Please don't swear or you'll be ejected. If you are, please don't try to rejoin using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. And with that, I'll pass you back to the action. One more time, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth debate.
Atlantic Treaty, right?
There's no
NR
truth
Treaty.
movement, man.
Not anymore. It's fucked. Oh shit.
You guys know about the NR
the North American Union?
It's not just the North American Union, right?
Oh no, they're guarding Antarctica when there's been like.
Man, you don't know who you're talking to, man.
Hang on. Can I just finish my statement here?
You can go in a cruise and go across Antarctica.
83 countries. There's 83 countries in that treaty. It's the longest standing treaty in the world. Okay, it is the longest and largest treaty in the world. Now, you tell me that there's factions or real wars in this world and tell me that that treaty exists. We don't have a shuttle right now. We take Russia's ride up to there. And you're going to tell me there's faction between Russia and the U.S. or between North Korea and Russia and Syria? This is why the flat world is important, because this tells us that everybody within the governing minds, there are no factions. The only faction is keeping the lies away from us. It's
I'll tell you what, dude. Do you know what it really boils down to? Do you want to teach children lies? Yeah, you don't want to do that. I'm just going to assume that because you're not probably a complete nutter. So you don't want to teach children things that are wrong. Yeah, so something like flat Earth, right, which is easy to prove wrong.
I want to teach.
Why you shouldn't teach children.
Hang on.
Because it's not worth
children anything. I want to teach children how to learn. I want to teach children how to learn. I don't want to indoctrinate evolution. I don't want to indoctrinate vaccines. I don't want to indoctrinate any of the crap that you're supporting. I want to teach them how to learn and question what the Earth is.
If you can't discern yourself what's true or not, sorry,
real Pete. Sorry, Cat. Is that Pete? Real Pete? How you doing?
Discern what's true or not.
Bear with me, guys. I just need to introduce a new guest. Bear with me.
How you doing? It's me.
How you doing,
Or
Pete?
not to indoctrinate our children with what is
He's got
true
verbal
and what is
diarrhea.
false.
I know he can't help it.
point
Bruce,
is to
Bruce,
indoctrinate
Bruce,
our children
Bruce,
with the ability to
Bruce,
learn and ask
Bruce.
these questions.
I know you really want to get to the end of your point.
You've got
Bruce.
the evolution and the shape of the planet wrong. Okay, you're right about that.
Guys,
Hold
all
on,
right,
hold
I
on.
haven't done
Are
this
you
the
right
whole
about
show.
it?
First time I've had to do it. Turn you guys down. Right, we've been joined by a new guest, Pete Shea. How you doing, Pete?
Hi Nathan, how you doing? I wonder how long I last this broadcast.
Thank
I think
God.
you'll be all right on
for
this show,
Pete.
Pete. I think you'll be
Please,
all right.
Pete, take this
You
guy's
should be all right.
Thank God.
Let's get ready for some dodo action. Get ready,
Dodo.
Bruce. Now you're about to see where you go when you go too much flat Earth.
There's no
It's all
question that
about the
Canada
dodo.
can't answer, right? You have to be aware of the people who have all the answers.
Here
There's
we
no
go.
question.
Well, you have all the answers, don't you, Pete?
Yeah.
Behemoth
Not a
and
chance, man. Not a chance.
Dodo
You're
Bird
president,
and all
Tim.
this
For such a young,
nonsense.
tender age, you have all the answers on every subject, right?
I don't think that's what we're saying. We're just saying what you're saying is nonsense. You know.
Yeah.
That's all you guys
Nonsense.
do is make. All you guys say is
yeah, because it's
nonsense,
true.
not true, nonsense.
It isn't
this
true.
Is a
You can
fact.
figure it out, Bruce.
But
Like,
you
you can
don't-
figure it
but
out.
you
You just don't want to hear. You just want to sit there and with your
Oh.
fingers in your ears going, and switching
Okay.
the subject.
All right.
What have you figured out for yourself, Alex?
At least Pete is
Can
genuinely
you not
great.
just admit, dude, that, yeah, I guess, yeah, the sun would be seen at all times on a flat Earth? Can you not admit that, yeah, different sides of the moon would be seen on a flat Earth? Can you not admit that, yeah, people have traveled around the world, even over the poles? And, yeah, eclipses and moon phases, all these things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Qantas Air
please tell me how the
Flight for
shadow of the eclipse
Qantas.
gets
Hey,
smaller.
shut your mouth. Your mouth for a second, all right?
This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm asking
It's
you to
ridiculous.
tell me
I
how
just
the
take over
shadow-
a show and there's 10 people on a panel and I just take over the show and I just keep talking and I just keep talking and I'm not listening.
All right, I'll listen. I just want to know how the shadow got
Look up
smaller.
Qantas Air Flights, okay? Why don't you go take a flight? It's like 10K, but you could go do it. That would be over the Antarctic.
What have you done, Tim? What have you done to satisfy yourself that the Earth is indeed a spinning ball?
What the hell?
You guys are not satisfied. You're searching to prove something that is false.
You know it's false.
Suppositions, basically.
How do you know it's false?
I know it's false.
Why do you feel the need to be at the center of the universe? I mean, that's kind of egotistical and bizarre, don't you think?
I know it's false because I know it's false because all fit on the sphere model. You guys just haven't figured that out yet.
Say the world is
Sphere model has been crafted based on a lie, Tim. One is the inversion of the other. The Earth is always known. And of course,
no, you can't flatten out the world, Pete.
Tim, come
You could make it concave. You could invert it. But you can't flatten out the truth. Okay, buddy? Just telling you. I
There's only
tried.
one reality. This is why whoever said that about why shouldn't you? You should be able to see the sun at 24 hours on a flat Earth. Well, no, you have to define.
That's not true. I know.
Things first.
Yeah, I understand that.
There's only one reality, right? Because you can't imagine something, that doesn't mean it's not possible, right, Tim?
This is a very simple point.
That's a good point, Pete. But the problem is what we observe shows us we live on a globe. It's as simple as that. Now,
What
if
have you
it's magical
observed?
holograms and everything tricking us, well, that's
What
another.
have you observed? What about what Anthony? What about what Anthony and Ranty clarified there, that you could indeed see Ireland from the Isle of Man or from.
Yeah, you can't see Ireland, man. They've got that completely wrong. They got all their, they've got everything wrong on that.
Yeah, they're liars. They've falsified. They've completely lied. They've put up fake videos before. I wouldn't trust a word that comes out of their mouth.
Hang on. You remember
wrong elevation.
Yeah,
they thought they saw Ireland. They didn't see Ireland, then they saw Ireland again. They've got everything wrong.
Right. Okay. Well, even
can't see
outside
the beach.
you remember Miramar beach footage from
5
last
feet up, and really it was 100 plus.
Right.
They're just liars.
Well,
they're bad liars at that.
Forget about that. The same situation occurred this time last year. Rumpus, Paper Explanator, Negator X with Miramar Beach. You could see islands from Miramar Beach from a distance of about 30 miles, and their only conclusion at the end was that you're looking at a mirage. So when you
Pete,
can't relate,
if I could see Paris from Texas, right? If I could see that, it really wouldn't take any of the evidence away
What
that
about
I've been
angular size?
talking about for 3 years. Listen, the evidence I've been talking about for 3 years, the observations that work on the spherical model, including equinoxes and all other observations,
Yeah, we know that.
including the star trails, the two celestial points, all of this stuff that actually matches with the land is not taken away by a few observations that, you know,
Right,
it's
right.
1,000 feet, should be this, should be that. Doesn't take away anything.
What's the angular size of Paris? Let's say the tallest building in Paris is the Eiffel Tower. What angular size should it be? Should you have the ability to view it from Texas? Can you work that out, Tim?
On a flat Earth or a sphere Earth, I recognize that.
Let's just assume a flat Earth, right? At that distance.
See,
microscopic,
it
right?
would not be able to be seen.
Exactly. Exactly. So the fact that you're not able to see it from Texas doesn't say one thing or another, right?
Did you completely miss my whole point, Pete?
No, I received your point. Well, you've made it enough times.
Oh my God.
Same point again and again.
I think he missed the whole point. I'm saying that if there are observations like if I could see Ireland, okay, it doesn't take away from all the other observations that fit on the sphere, right? So it would cause more questions for me, but it wouldn't debunk it and say, hey, look, the Earth is flat because I saw an observation that, you know, it's nonsense.
Well,
you guys
I mean,
you guys cannot explain the star trails, the two celestial points, the arc star trails over your zenith at the equator. You cannot, and you will not even try, because it works on a sphere. You just haven't realized that yet.
It's a contoured barrier that acts as a screen.
Oh, it's a contoured barrier. Okay, well, you know what? Then you should be able to make a model, Pete. You should be able to make something that fits observations, because we already have something that fits observations. Do you understand that?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay, well, then you know what? Make a video debunking timeanddate.com. Make a video debunking all of astronomy. Yeah. Please do. Make a video debunking equinoxes and how the sun works, right? Please do.
I already made
let's talk about astronomy.
I already made a video that debunks the whole of astrophysics. That's the Milky Way to be found on the moon. You can have
you're absolutely deluded,
now you're going to have to
explain
it. All Lewis
one.
Everyone's a troll. Everyone's a troll, right? Everyone's a troll.
Jay is a mentally ill person.
All Lewis Hackett had to say was, he put it down to wonder of the universe. Same with Slice Sparking. That's all he had to say.
Shay would rather talk about dodos than see his son that it was taken away from him. So
let's talk about your, what is your name? This red guy who talks all the time.
Tim Osman.
Tim. Okay, Tim.
Tim.
How long have we been doing astrology for?
Astrology or astronomy? Because I don't think you know the difference.
I said astrology.
Is this the Tim Osman that made the call to Mark Sargent?
Tim never answers a question. He always answers a question with a question.
No, you just said how long have we been doing astrology? So what is astrology? Let me ask you that.
Again, you're answering a question with a question.
No. You just said astrology. So what is astrology?
You know what astrology is. We all know what astrology is.
What is astrology? What is astrology? Is it the study of the stars?
Is the study of the patterns of the stars moving all over, but it's used to be a divination.
Okay. So
what's the difference between astronomy and astrology?
Very little.
He knows.
Wow.
Okay. That's where we're at with this guy.
How long have we been doing astrology for, Tim?
Astrology or astronomy?
Tim, I'm not going to ask the question over and over again. Just answer it. Quit being a doofus.
I'm going to fall into your nonsense. Which one, astrology or astronomy?
Been doing astrology for over 2,000 years, that it was being done in biblical times. With this?
What relevant is that?
Yes or no?
How is that relevant?
Well, how do we have the same spatial relationships with all these constellations? Not only with each other. Oh, really? You're telling me Orion has changed? The spatial relationship within the constellation of Orion has not changed whatsoever.
We collect all the astrolabes and we look at them and we can see, oh, look, the stars' relationship to each other have changed over the years. We can map it out very carefully.
Yes.
No,
yes, you can.
They haven't. They've never changed in my lifetime. They've never changed in my father's lifetime.
Their lifetime isn't 23,000 years. They have changed.
2,300 years.
Polar star.
I said 2,000 years. I said
Polaris
2,000 years.
Polaris is changing.
Just look up an ancient astrolabe and take a look at what the stars look like. You'll see it's different.
Dude, you're not following me. For the last 2,000 years, we've been looking at the same constellations, and the constellations have not changed.
That's not true. That's what I just said. Look at old astrolabe.
Can you use the search engine, sir? Can you find out maybe why that is? Is because of the vastness of space, sir?
Oh, you're going to say that we can't we can't see these stars moving over 2,000 years. They're moving hundreds of thousands of miles. Some of them almost millions.
So
of miles per
hey,
hour.
Rufus, hold on one second.
Can I just finish my statement? Can I just finish talking? They're moving in all these ridiculous.
Well, you acknowledge the stars and how they're not moving, but you don't understand celestial points. Do you understand how that doesn't work on any flat Earth model map?
Listen.
Do you understand that or no?
I do. It does work, but most of all, what you don't understand.
How does it work in what map?
Why are you running away from this topic, Tim? The fact of the matter is that these constellations are not changing.
No, I don't care. I'll give you the Earth is geocentric, but at the same time, it's still a sphere. All right, I'll give you that. It's if we're talking about the shape of the Earth, the distance to the stars doesn't really matter.
And there's an echo.
Wait a minute, Tim. Are you saying that geocentrism has just been proven? Can we just start there?
What do you think geocentrism is?
That we are at the center of the universe. That the Earth is at the center of the universe.
Dude, you need to take control of your freaking chats, Nathan.
Tim, every time I put you in a corner, you just start crying
people.
like a baby. You just start crying like a baby.
Sitting here, what? Sorry.
The subject every time I put you in a corner.
Sorry, no, actually, I'm having to snipe people because Pete Shea just got sniped, and there's more people joining trying to snipe. So, what was your question?
I can't do anything about it. Literally, what can I do?
You can. You need to have the Hangouts open, okay, on your computer. Have the Hangouts open, and when you see somebody, remove them.
Right, but this Hangout doesn't appear in Hangouts, as far as I can tell. I mean, I'm going to do it on screen so it can be seen by the audience. To terminate the damn call. Either way, it doesn't appear. You know, it doesn't appear in my calls list. It's not there. Anyway.
Everyone.
Oh, it's Nathan back.
Yeah, I just wanted to show the audience that it's not there. I don't appear in the Google, what you called... Oh, right. I don't appear in the Google back chat. So, you know, it's not like I can remove snipers because I'm not physically there. And it doesn't matter how I go for it. Sure. I go for it on the iPad, I'm not there. I go for it in the Hangout, I'm not there. I go for it on the PC, I'm not there. So I don't know how to be there. Literally, I don't know how to join the Hangout, what you guys call the back chat. I've never experienced the back chat. Anyway.
Oh, you don't get... So you go click Hangouts and then you go into the...
What the hell is a sniper?
So hang on, Nathan. If you open up a tab and just type Hangouts, yeah, that'll do it.
That's what I've just done for the audience, so that's why I disconnected, because as soon as I joined that part of it, although I can join it on the iPad, but this call doesn't appear for me. I don't get to join the back chat. I don't know why, and to be perfectly honest, if I was in the back chat, I could be sniped out of the call, which doesn't really particularly matter for OBS run shows, but for the shows that aren't OBS run, and I'm running them actually on Google Hangouts, I still want to remain in the show, even if a sniper joins and gets rid of all my guests. You know, I still want to be able to round out the show and kick out the sniper. You know, I don't want to have porn bombing if I do choose to use Google Hangouts on air and not OBS. So I don't want to be part of the back chat. But yeah, I'm sorry if you're being sniped. There's not a lot I can do about it. Occasionally people like Tim have been good enough to snipe out snipers. But, you know, there's nothing I can do about it, and I don't want to be in a position to, because then I can be sniped. Anyway.
Sir, one good question is, why are you not using headphones? Because there's a massive echo going on, and you can, you know, kind of rub a couple
I'm not getting an echo.
You realize this is you know,
it's probably just you. You've probably got the show running in the background.
There's YouTube that's going to snipe.
Motherfucking man, doobies. Doobies. I got boobies up in this mud, nigga. Motherfucking man boobies in a damn...
This is why I'm not in Troll Team 6, because they're a bunch of childish retards, basically.
What's going on? I mean, hey guys, Flat Earth, there's a psyop. Have you not noticed?
All are welcome. That's all I've got to say. You know, if people want to come and do a bit of trolling, as long as they don't swear. So, you know, who would have got away with that longer if he hadn't sworn?
Is there? Where in the UK are you? I'm in Manchester.
I'm in Warwickshire.
I'm in London. Sort of.
So what exactly is going on here? Are we debating the fact that Flat Earth is clearly a psyop, and that we should use that as evidence to show that how far the powers that
we can't look critical. We can't prove that it's a psyop, but by all
Yeah, no, we
means,
can't. I definitely
and by
can't.
all metrics, it seems to be okay
We're
with
gonna
Google and
release some
YouTube
videos
pushing it.
showing- Yeah, exactly.
ahead.
That's one of the points of how it's a psyop. There's also all these sock puppet accounts. You got just the fact that it exploded out of nowhere for no reason at all. You know, I mean, about 4 or 5 years ago.
Well, it also had people come on like Eric Dubay and Patricia Steer and Mark Sargent that are still pushing the same narrative since day one.
Exploded.
So
Exploded at the same time.
Absolutely
YouTube and Twitter.
ridiculous.
Those two things are converged. Social media is really the key why it's going so big.
But do you know what? You've also got to.
That's how they push certain trends. You know, they make everyone focus on certain things.
Look, critical at the end of the day. At the end of the day, what you have to look at is that basically it separates the wheat from the chaff. Okay, if you want flat earthers to be back in the quote unquote truther movement, I don't know why you do. Okay, because if they fall for something like this, I think it's a good way to separate people that are mentally ill from others that are trying to do something about it.
Been joined by Chris. Good to have you here, Chris.
All right. Yeah, if you can address the priority issue, right?
Yeah, we got you.
You know, I mean,
how big is it
even if
really?
the world was flat, they're planning on killing us all. I mean,
how big?
It's not that big, Brenda.
Yeah.
It's not big. I know almost every single flat earther, and that Bruce guy was new to me, which is like a rare event for me. So there's like thousands, if that. Maybe 10,000, maybe.
You know, I mean, look, flat Earth is
But
quite.
it won't go
I
anywhere.
think it's a very compelling thing. I fell for it for a while. I was into it, but I was also in a state of mind where I was very, depressed and not doing much other than watch YouTube stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's quite an easy way to sort of, because it's quite nice. I think the idea of flat Earth. I wanted the Earth to be flat. I thought that'd be quite cool, But at the same time, it's not healthy for you to think everything's a conspiracy, and it's quite frankly insulting to a lot of people who spend their lives studying things.
Yeah. Everything pretty
think
much
that you
is
can
a
just master
conspiracy.
something. With a few YouTube videos, which is what we see a lot of people doing, literally talking with people who have years of experience, and they're like trying to Google things on the fly and argue it, and it's just, I just think it's a bit arrogant, really.
Been joined by P Mars. Good to have you, P. Nice to see you. How you doing?
I love the flat Earth.
Good to see you. Hope you had a nice Christmas.
That's quite the draw, isn't it? It really is.
I actually did kind of think possibly maybe there's something to this, because I thought to myself, everyone's talking about it, and for a split second, I have to admit that I mean, I know obviously the world can't possibly be flat, right? But I thought something to this, like I don't know, maybe everything's a dream, and
it's healthy. It's definitely healthy
I did look
to
into their points,
to think about it.
You got to have an open mind, obviously.
Yeah, it's healthy to think about it, because you look at the other side of the coin, where the atheists, I mean, they just get so appalled by it. Not only that, they can't even think of the idea of it. So yeah, you take yourself down these rabbit holes into concave, into hollow earth, into flat earth, and it's a good mental exercise, but the whole succession of that mental exercise is to actually get yourself out of it and realize why it's not true and why it is a sphere in the end.
Tim,
I
was going to ask Tim if he thought that much of the popularity was simply people curiosity and people just looking at the spectacle and that kind of
a lot of a lot of
observer.
the kind of atheist side and the people like me side, definitely. It's like there's something about watching these people. Like I'll go and watch Red's Rhetoric and get like grossed out compared to going and watching any other flat earther, or any flat earther rather, and I'll actually find entertainment in that. But these other people are just so disgusting to me. For some reason, they're just pompous. They're just clowns. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the viewers, in my opinion, are not even flat earthers. They're people that are just like onlookers.
Yeah. I used to think life had no purpose, but now I have found the flat Earth.
That is a sad indictment indeed.
Highly entertaining there.
it's an amazing social experiment. Whoever did it is freaking genius, and there's no way that they could have really thought about the effects that it would have, not only on the conspiratorial minded and the conspiratorial biased, but people like myself that don't even know why the heck they're still around talking about this subject. It's
very good point.
It's really weird.
Hey Nathan, how you doing? Merry Christmas.
Good
Hope
Christmas.
you had a good Christmas.
Happy
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Hey, Tony.
Merry Christmas,
Hey,
everyone.
what's up? What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Living, loving. It's my Friday. Woo! Got 2 days of debating to do.
There's another YouTube.
What's this?
Fine.
Christmas
Is
is
there not like serious issues to address? Are you going to debate the shape of the planet still, really?
Christmas.
Some mind control fucking waves making us.
Christmas is a
debate about the
Jesuit
shape of the
construct.
planet.
Please don't
Chemtrails
swear, Critical Unity. Please don't
Are
swear.
releasing, technology that is making us debate the shape of the planet. I mean, that's a crazy theory, but it's possible. But why are we here?
Oh, Nathan, can I make a
Seriously,
comment
what's
quickly?
that?
Because I noticed I listened back to some shows recently, and I noticed it sounds like everyone's being really rude and talking over you. But the thing is, in here, it's well hard for us to hear you. Like we don't barely hear you. Like
Yeah, that's deliberate. Often I will deliberately keep myself low in the hangout because I don't want to interrupt. And normally, if I've really got a point, that's when I'll actually interrupt because your discussion's more important than my interjection. So I deliberately keep myself low in the hangout. The audience can hear me at the same level, but I'm intentionally low in the hangout so that if there's a really good conversation going and I'm just trying to I think I'm just trying to put myself in the audience shoes. I think the audience would rather hear you than me. That's basically it.
I agree. It depends what you're saying, Nathan, because sometimes it's pretty funny.
Yeah, you do bring some good drama to it, so it's good when you jump in sometimes.
Yeah, the audience do like the drama.
Sound like you've had a good Christmas, you're feeling good, you're recharged.
I'm always relaxed.
You're back to your normal self. We're getting a bit worried about you earlier.
Yeah, I get too involved in them. It's hard not to. I've about 85 shows. I think I've got involved in about 3 or 4. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You can't help it. You just can't help it.
You
get
got
sucked
involved
in.
in the ones you had to get involved in. I've noticed.
You just get sucked in. You can't help it.
He definitely didn't have to act the way that he did. He definitely didn't have to act the way that he did in some of those. It was really disgusting, in my opinion. Of course, that's just my opinion, Nate. But I mean, it's just like you seem like a regular dude, but some of those shows are just disgusting. Watching you do what you did, dude.
Here we go.
I mean, you got people that are, and what's funny is that in a few years you'll understand that this little corner on YouTube and Twitter don't have things figured out as much as people like Paul and some of these other people. Literally, we're talking to physicists or people that are knowledgeable in these subjects, and no, they don't have it right because the people on YouTube have figured it out. And it's really silly, man. And this whole mirage thing, do you not believe that there are mirages on Earth?
Who, me?
Yeah, Nate. You believe that a mirage is something that can occur? Of
course.
Okay, because you kind of started demeaning people and putting words in their mouth, saying that they were talking about holograms and all this nonsense.
Well, I agree. It's nonsense. Totally agree.
Hey Tim, let me ask you a question.
In fairness, I think that was the point Nathan was making. I thought it was silly, but he was just trying to say he can make anything up, and then he just made up hologram.
No, not really. That wasn't really my point.
I shouldn't be too nice to you. Yeah, you're being ridiculous, Nathan. Come on.
I'm just itching to troll you, Alex. If I'm honest.
Come on.
There's this.
I won't. I'm going to refrain. I'm not going to.
Everyone else gets trolled more than me, and
it's true. You should be an open target for trolling, but you don't get as much as you should.
I'm trying. I've got Catty Earth. That was quite a good troll. There was a troll account, and then someone else. But that's about it. Thank you.
Is that the Tim Osman that called Mark Sargent? Is that you? I think.
I'm honored to be in the same room. Really.
Did you call Mark Sargent? Is that like the same Tim Osman, or is it like
my voice? You re-uploaded it on your video.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, as someone who sounds really similar. But yeah, cool, man. It's a pleasure to actually talk to you, man. It's awesome. Yeah, I actually had to say that
absolutely.
because I thought maybe, it could get taken down, and I feel the need to share things. And I actually, the documentary Unacknowledged, I just, once that came out, I got the torrent and launched it onto YouTube. I knew it would get copyright taken down, but I'm just not I to share important information, And
no, I was happy you did, man. All my stuff is fair use. Anybody can re-upload it or do what they want with it, as long as they're not making money off of it. That's fine with me.
I just gotta go to the toilet. Hold on.
When a celebrity like Mark Sargent comments on your Flat Earth YouTube video, it makes you like feel like you have a purpose in life.
Another sad indictment.
Yeah,
but what
he's copied and pasted.
Is he serious?
Exactly, they are, aren't they? But
No, he's not.
Nah, he's being facetious.
Oh, thank fuck. I'm so sorry. Thank God for that.
Yeah, try not to swear, please.
You'll get P Mars. You'll get him eventually.
Yeah,
I wish I had a computer. The bus stop thing.
You have to go to the washroom. What the fucking?
I think we're gonna get sniped. No.
Not running in the fucking.
Why is it always a Pete Shea sniper account?
This is perfect.
Notorious.
This is perfect. Who else would it be?
Makes Pete Shea
Is it
look bad.
actually him himself that's doing it, or is it a troll account?
Just
no way. He wouldn't do that.
Wow. I've said that
it's
guy,
Captain
man.
Bullshit.
Oh.
It's Captain Bullshit and Shroomy and people that are rebels without a cause. They have absolutely no reason for life but to basically disrupt. So yeah,
Totally think
whatever.
that
I reckon
hacking
it's Pete
Matrix.
Shea. It's a real Pete.
Disrupts in a different way. He'll just gish gallop about his own ramblings and daydreams, basically.
The crystalline
Yeah, Pete would never lose the opportunity to speak.
Yeah, he doesn't have the capacity to do it. I don't think.
The headless crystalline tree entity.
The transcendental masturbation. That's my favourite. That's where he's really gone off the deep end with all that.
What one was that?
Oh, I don't even want to describe it. It's just hilarious.
What did you call
Yeah, he's
it?
talking about like penis and spine are like anagrams or something. So like you can like suck up your sperm into your spine. I mean, it was just
beautiful though. That's perfect.
Because they're anagrams.
Does he manage to bring it back to flat Earth
makes
though?
sense.
Does he relate that to flat Earth in any way?
I don't think so. No.
No. Bummer.
Good Tim, you should call Mark Sargent again, man. Call Mark Sargent again, dude.
no. He stopped answering phone calls ever since that day about 2.5 years ago that I called him.
Thank you for
I
that.
managed to get through, man. I fucking called him. Check out my. Have you not heard my call to him?
Ooh, don't cuss.
What was that?
I
Yeah, too many cuss words.
Oh.
Just say F word and S word.
Can't you like do
It's
a
hard not
super
to.
chat donation? You should let people off for super chat donations. How about that?
Or you can just be Anthony Riley and say whatever you want, basically.
Oh.
Ooh, how about if I pay $10 a month? Can I just cuss however much I want? Should have a cussing fee.
I think that was Yvette's suggestion.
The
as
swear
well.
jar.
Said you should have a
That's not
swear
bad
jar.
idea.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
Swear jar. You'd be raking it in.
I wish I had a computer so I could put some of the stuff that's happened in the last week down on my channel, but dang it.
Oh, it's been good.
I dropped my Xbox with my USB connector in it and it damaged the USB port. So I'm back to my phone now.
Ugh.
I just got it back from Germany like 2 weeks ago or something. The whole thing.
You know, when you write out Christmas, you put an X where Christ would be. Is that them? They're like hiding Christ, like they hide God with the globe.
Wax on, wax off.
What is kind of funny, I mean, really, like in any kind of criminal case or anything like that, you would find the cui bono, like who benefits. And really with Flat Earth, I've only heard they're trying to hide God. And really, like if you actually logically break that down, like I guess they can hide God with the spherical Earth. I mean, you know, if there is a God and like his creation is trying to hide him, I think it would not be beyond him to show everybody that he exists.
Yeah, I mean,
first of all,
why would they choose some of the most inept people on the planet to help reveal him? You know.
Wait, Kim.
Sorry, I should.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So basically, from what you said.
So we have got approximately 30 minutes left on this live stream. If you did want to join the panel, there is a couple of gaps currently. So click on the link in the info box below this video with the page you are currently watching on mute to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you wanted to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside the show while it is live. And if you've not done so already, please share the show, as it does increase the live audience, of course, but that in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please, please, please share the show. And one last time, if you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth debate. As I say, there's about half an hour left on this broadcast if you wanted to join.
We're here
today.
in the first place, and I don't really know how. It's kind of the hubris of man to try to explain everything in the first place.
Yeah.
So I think it's an explanation, but there are other creation explanations that go with all kinds of presuppositions as well. So I just respect and regard all of them as just kind of explanations, not as proof, you know. And really, I don't think I guess they do kind of actually teach children it as a fact, as it is.
There's an enormous amount of
I think they do,
evidence
actually.
Let me ask you this: Do you think government scientists believe in God?
For the most part, I think about 90. I think actually about 4% or maybe less than 10% believe in God. I think was the last thing I've
something
seen.
like that.
Mm-hmm. That's boring. But wasn't all science started by Christians in the first place? I swear it was. Most branches.
Yeah, it was made up to try and find God. I believe to actually, to find God. A scientific way to describe
like the Vatican Observatory and things like that.
Well, not necessarily that. I think people who just believed in God and believed in the Bible.
Yeah.
Good thing about science is it's ever changing. Yeah, it's always changing. We'll always get we'll always get closer to the truth. Hopefully, as long as it doesn't get corrupted.
The scientists in like the 17 and 1800s in their books, they talked about how they would become the new priest class in the future. And
yeah, it's true, isn't it?
I think I had that.
Well, actually, I've been hearing Jaron talk about what I told him. We had a private conversation like 6 months ago for like 3 hours, and one of the things that I said was I think that they kind of give us almost two choices, and they don't really care which one we choose, like kind of the atheist, rational, materialist, scientific mind, and then you have the kind of religious mind. But I think that they control both of them. So
makes sense.
The culture creators, in my opinion.
Who's that?
The Lord Milner Roundtable Groups, as described by Carol Quigley in Tragedy and Hope and the Anglo-American Establishment.
But wasn't this choice given to us like theoretically 400 years ago, or whenever the scientific revolution happened? Way before those culture creators showed up?
The culture have you read Plato's Republic? It talks about culture creation and that. And that was 2,000 years ago, brah.
So the idea is there's a direct line from what Plato's talking about to the whatever those guys' names are now?
Well,
they've learned. Let's say that.
There's been classes in society all throughout time, right? There's been
I know, but isn't it? I really think they have a monolithic interest
the bourgeois and the proletariat niggas.
Hey, Friendly, what did you call it? Seismic what? I haven't heard that. No. You said for seismic something.
Did I?
I never heard of it put that way. Like what started this whole conversation. You said seismic or size something. It was just a phrase I've never heard before. I wanted to look it up.
I don't know.
It's kind of a false dialectic to begin with, because you say, well, these things existed back then, therefore it doesn't, it's not applicable to today's culture creators, as I put it. Everybody has their different, oh, it's the Freemasons, it's this, it's that, but you can look at the agenda-based mainstream media these days and see that there are people pushing all kinds of agendas. It doesn't really matter who it is. It's more so about it actually happening.
I don't think it's completely the way, but it is weird when you hear like, oh, here's the real reason why this exists. But then you stop and you look at, well, when did this a thing that exists, like say flat Earth, when did that really start? And then that interest could not possibly make sense back then. And so, you know, it's possible. It's certainly possible somebody noticed it, picked up the ball, and ran with it. But it's weird.
Well, the flat Earth got really big after the creation of the printing press, and I figure it's because it allowed people to spread propaganda easier.
Yeah,
and it got big again with the creation of the internet for the same reason.
Well, Robotham, if you look into Robotham and even some of the of the snake oil salesman coming around and all this kind of stuff, he was like the first kind of like Dubé of his time, using he would use all kinds of means to you know, get more people to follow him.
Yeah, it's like if the internet can make you think the Earth's flat, man, it's maybe time to get off the internet. Yeah. The internet's like a powerful tool for propaganda, and sometimes I think the reason why the news is so bad and so obviously terrible is to force you onto the internet to find your information. And when you get there, when you're there, then you're really malleable. Then they've really got you. They can do everything. They can target things at you. Do you know what I mean? They can all kinds of things. Oh, that's what I think is the real conspiracy.
Yeah, like we just need to go back to using internet.
One aspect of that. It's just like, oh, that's something we've made a load of people think. It's just
we got to go back to using the internet for what it's really for, just free porn.
Yeah.
Alan,
it got all complicated when we started using it for other things.
Actually, Alan Watt, he always talks about how they got people hooked on the internet with porn basically at the beginning. That's like all the media would say is there's lots of porn on the internet, and that got everyone interested and got everyone
even like I think Game of Thrones season 7 premiere said it made a dent in Pornhub, something like 2% or something.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's a tiny little dent in Pornhub. You guys there?
Yeah, we're just all dumbfounded by your exceptional knowledge of Pornhub statistics. I know, a few people have had a network problem or been kicked. How long we got left? 25 minutes.
Oh.
What? I was just taking a piss and I came back and everyone's gone. Sorry, I didn't mean to say.
Yeah, try not to swear.
Is that swearing, Nathan?
No, it was a headline after.
It depends on context.
Premiere,
it's always contextual. Or if it's several F words, just means you can't help but swear. You know, you're gonna be swearing. Definitely gonna be swearing when you're angry. So if you know, people will probably figure out my yardstick eventually, and you know, it'll get taken in the cows.
Yeah, you seem to have let me away with it a couple of times.
So, like,
but I pointed out, I went, "Oh no, sorry," and you know.
You shouldn't do that. I'm of two minds. Like, I just say nothing.
Yeah. See if you can get away with it. Just pretend it never happened.
Can I ask you something now? We've got a bit of a clearer chat.
Yeah, you can.
So, the watch thing, right?
Oh, yeah. Right,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm going to really try not to take the piss out of you while I do this. Right.
Yeah, go on. I was really... Yeah,
so, the watch tells you what to do, right?
Yeah. It's like Can I tell you something like on a deeper level that I've been thinking about this whole thing? No, you take the piss first and then I'll tell you.
How you doing, Joseph? Good to have you here.
I'm doing good.
Good to have you. So about this watch.
Yeah, go. Just take the piss, man.
Oh, we've got someone else here.
Take the number one. It's fine.
I'm not a sniper.
Oh, another sniper. Maybe not. How you doing, Fed? What is it? Fedumby. Oh, it's females. Good to have you.
Go on. I'm waiting for Nathan to take the Mickey. Come on. I've been waiting for this for a while.
Waiting for what?
From the. Well, you were saying in the chat earlier you're going to troll me, and I was just.
No, I'm not. I'm saying I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm just the one question. you've answered it, kind of just laughed it off, but you know, there's a deeper meaning to the watch, in my opinion.
No, I've been joking about that all like in Rick's hangout and stuff. I'm like, it's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm walking, and they're like, why? The watch tell me to walk.
Is this a Fitbit or something?
Yeah, but then my cousin's like, well, just ignore the watch, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, but it kind of like made me feel bad this morning with the message it sent me.
My God, it's really come to this.
But you know, it's like, you know, I'm laughing about it. But the thing is, it's worth seeing. Is it worth following? Are you going to see a difference in your fitness or health? To be honest, like the last few months, I've really let myself go a bit. So too much flat Earth.
That was my wife's first question. Is he fat?
No, I wouldn't say I'm fat, but I reckon I'm a bit overweight right now. I'm going to say I'm fat, mate. I'm fat.
That guy was a snack.
Someone doesn't want Joseph here. I'm really sorry, Joseph. There's certain people that don't seem to get sniped.
Well, how's that possible if they're not even here?
Honestly, I'm not sniping her. I do know how to snipe.
I don't know how to do it. I have not got a clue, and I don't want to know.
I know how to do it, and I've never joined the back chat, but I've had it explained to me. I've never done it because I've never been in the back chat to do it, but I do understand how to do it.
You need. All right. Well, that may explain why it happened to me.
I think he's just been sniped in the middle of that sentence. We've only got about 20 minutes left. I may or may not start a new hangout if this one gets completely sniped.
Sorry, man. You just stuck with me, bro.
That's all right. But yeah, it's just it's kind of like when we have someone on the panel, like Joseph. He's not here to defend himself, but he's a good example. So, you know, we were talking about the distance to the sun. And he just Googled it, which is, you know, a normal person would say, well, what's wrong with that? But obviously, you know, in this arena, just Googling something and taking the answer. Well, if you take that one step further, you've literally got something on your wrist telling you what you're going to do.
Yeah, I know. But do you know what's funny is because I've come from a world of being like that, of thinking like, you know, of that sort of thinking to thinking, you know, I don't have Facebook. I've never signed up to things. I have all my cameras covered, and I've gone to that to opening all my cameras and just letting my watch tell me what to do. It's quite weird, but do you know what? I feel better for it, Nathan. Just not feeling so paranoid. Like it's like Apple are stealing my heart rate and my who cares? I mean, like honestly, they're stealing everyone's. You know, it's just the world we're going towards. You know, it's just annoying, but. You know, the watch hopefully will help me lose a bit of weight. So,
I mean, the reason I bring it up is that watch is the antithesis of what I want in life. Basically.
No, I know what you mean, but like, there's something like I just think it's quite helpful. Do you know what I mean? It's like giving me a really accurate heart rate. It's sort of helping me. Like I'll see in a few weeks if I don't feel the difference, then I'll be like, well, that's just nonsense. You know what I mean? And But I'm just trying to see, you know, if it does work, if I follow it.
What if one day, right, it lied to you? So you look down and you're feeling calm, everything seems okay, and you look down and it says elevated heart rate, and you go, really? Oh no, what's wrong? Next thing you know, you have actually got an elevated heart rate. You know, it could start lying to you, couldn't it?
It could, man. Yeah, I know. It did. In fact, it did earlier because I think last night I looked at it and I was like, my heart rate was really high, and I was like, oh, now I feel that my heart rate.
Yeah, let's see if this new guy gets a word in before he gets sniped by somebody. How you doing, new joiner? Can't see your name on your screen, unfortunately.
Oh, it's Was.
Warren, how are you doing? Oh man, you've actually managed to speak. Good to hear. Good to hear someone speaking. How you doing, Warren?
I made it. Very good. How are you?
Very well. Hope you've had a nice Christmas. I might go on mute now.
I have, thanks.
Now I've got an extra guest.
No, stay around. It's cool.
Yeah, stay around. We're talking about. No, it's a deeper discussion than that because really, it's like you're saying. I understand what you're saying. You don't want something telling you what to do, but it is an option, right? I don't have to listen to it. Now the government are coming around like going to shoot me if I don't tell them what my watch does. I mean, that's obviously the future, and that's where we're going. But like, right now, you might as well just enjoy it while it's still like all innocent.
I like aquatic ape theory.
What's that all about?
The idea that modern humans were more like aquatic mammals. Like I guess
right. So
we were like some apes who back in the day went to the water, and then we went back to land. I guess that's why like people have webbed feet, and like babies are born knowing how to swim. You know, like actually, the fetus has gills at one point of a human.
Oh yeah, I've heard this, but they're not actually gills, are they? They like go into different. They've shown this exactly where those points go into, because that's a flat Earth thing, isn't it? That gill, or maybe it's an evolution thing. When I was looking at that, but those gills are all accounted for where they go, so they're not actually gills, are they? Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Well, aren't you in fluid for most of your
You're probably
life at the start?
We do have someone else in the hangout. I don't know if Plesno, how you doing?
Hi. I keep getting sniped every time.
Oh, it's Joseph again. Good to have you.
Sorry. You know, I'm pretty sure those are like vestigial or something. I think I heard that somewhere. Oh, that's kind of...
What does vestigial mean? Oh, he's gone. I can't even remember what vestigial means.
I don't really feel like I'm spinning, but I do feel like an aquatic ape.
I feel a bit like I'm spinning, but it's Christmas.
There we go. There. Okay. Vestigial means that they're like they're not useful anymore.
No, yeah, I don't think that is it. I think, oh, Peanuts, man. Take care, buddy. Sorry, I didn't see it got sniped, man, in the chat. Yeah, I don't think they are. I think I saw loads of people explain this exactly where they go. They go into like your ear and your other bits and bobs and whatever. It's not like gills or something.
Like I don't know. I like.
Yeah. Because that's a big one, you know. I think it's in the evolution thing when I was looking at all that. Because nowadays I'm kind of like the mind since flat Earth as well that like, I think maybe evolution is probably like fine. If loads of people agree with it, you know, then and it doesn't really take away anything from what I believe in the world, or it doesn't make the world any less special to me. It doesn't disprove God or anything like that.
Hell, for me.
So you don't have to be religious.
Yeah, for me, I think it's kind of.
Flat Earth.
It makes me feel a little more special believing in evolution, because in the way that I think it happened, and you know this might not be the correct way it happened, but the way I believe it happened, the chances that it happened are so small, so ridiculously small.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to think about, and then to think all the crazy small chances that had to happen for us to be us, that just makes me feel more special, if anything. Makes me feel like, I don't know, I have a responsibility, I guess, to kind of live up to something that deserves that really small chance to exist.
I like that, man. That's really awesome. I like that. Yeah, for me, it doesn't change much, like evolution, any of this. I just think it's, you know, we're here now, and that's what's important. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not worrying too much, man, about the world, too much about flat Earth, going too crazy about it, too much conspiracy. It's not good for you, man. You know, if you enjoy it and you get entertainment out of it, that's cool, and you enjoy the debates, whatever, that's fine, like, I guess. But you've got to also be aware that if you're arguing for something that isn't true and you might be affected, that's kind of the point Dorian Treader was making earlier. Is that, it might be fun to be careful of. You could be influencing other people.
Yeah, I think it's messed up that they don't treat.
That's dangerous.
They teach evolution in school, but they don't teach creationism. I think that's kind of messed up.
I think the reason that they do that is because since there's so many different religions, if they started teaching, let's say,
that's
a
true.
Christian
What is
or a
creationism?
Jewish, right? And I went to a Jewish school until second grade, and they did teach creationism. They taught creationism and evolution, but mostly creationism. They were like, for the early younger kids, they taught more creationism. The older kids got taught more evolution kind of ideas. Oh, and that was cool. And but I think the problem with it being in like public schools would be like if they started teaching like a Christian version, then a bunch of Jewish mothers, Buddhist mothers, all the other religions.
It's the same for the Christians and Jews.
Yeah, they'd just be like, "Oh my God, how dare you? You're trying to convert our child."
Well, isn't that why you pay big dollars to go to a private religious school?
Oh no, yeah, it was expensive.
Yeah.
I just learned the cost. It was something like, I think my mom said it was something like $10,000 a year. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, there's some private schools here in Australia where you can pay up to $22,000 a year.
Oh wow.
Which is probably about $10,000 US, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sure,
sounds about right. I went to a private school.
Yeah, man,
That's how much it cost.
all my schools are charging big bucks.
Yeah, and they're private schools that teach you creationism.
Right, and I think that's a little more like what again because public
but
schools
surely they teach good stuff as well, right? Because that's how they grow.
Yeah, sure.
They can't pass
course,
exams with creation.
You get a good education.
Yeah.
Right.
No doubt about that. You can if you focus.
Yeah, like in my experience, my brother went there until 6th grade. He started learning more like, biology, evolution, that kind of thing in like, I think it was 4th grade. But me and my brother also come from a very, both my parents are biologists. So while they were teaching us creationism, our parents were like, there's a lot more evidence for,
So would you call yourself a flat earther?
No. I'd say I believe in evolution.
Yeah.
I don't think the two are connected.
And what about the shape of the planet?
I'm on the globe side.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, you've got to apply a bit of logical reason to it.
Right.
If you're going to say it's flat, you've got to be able to say what shape it is at least. If you're going to say it's flat, and I'm not saying it's flat because of all these observations I'm being able to make, well, then with the observations, what shape is it? I'm a globist myself. I don't believe it's flat.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Nathan, but I'm pretty sure the general consensus is it's a circular disc kind of shape.
That's the general consensus, but there's a few flat earthers now saying that it's not because it doesn't work. The disc doesn't work, so there's people saying it's not a disc, but it's still flat. If you look at if I can say the word arsehole, because that's the name of the guy's channel, it's a flat earth arsehole. If you have a look at him, he's gone away from the AE flat earth map.
Right. But I also come to these debates because I somehow, I don't know how, but I like debating. Like it's just it's a fun thing for me. Most of my friendships are just us arguing, and our parents don't understand how we can be friends because we argue all the time.
Yeah, fair enough. It's healthy, as long as you don't kill each other.
Right. So, but my general consensus is, if your belief isn't hurting anyone, and isn't doing any harm to, the environment or anything, be my guest. Believe what you want, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone or hurt anything. You can believe what you want. Because
that's fair enough, as long as you're not hurting anyone.
Right. And for everyday life, if someone believes the earth is flat, as long as it's not part of their job to like make cosmic calculations or anything.
Well, that's dangerous if they were doing that. That would be dangerous.
It doesn't matter if you believe the earth is flat around for, normal everyday life.
That's it. As long as it's a belief and not a profession, that's fine.
Right. Jesus, cold. Can you hear the stutter in my voice?
Are you cold?
I just want to say, my Fitbit thing, it's not a Fitbit, it's a smartwatch, And I actually bought it because I'm going to make an app so I can mute my mic for Google Hangouts by just tapping my watch. I think that's sick, and I'll be the one laughing then. Yeah, and then you won't be laughing at me. Then I'll be laughing. You won't hear me laughing because I'll have muted. It's great. Anyway.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. I think is that the end of the show? That should have been a good point to end the show.
4 minutes left.
Yeah,
no,
Okay. Well, for all you guys freezing up in the northern hemisphere, we're having a nice warm 30+ degrees Celsius day here today.
Yeah, no, I'm confused why I'm cold because I'm the type of person who my favorite temperature is like 54, 53 Fahrenheit. Which is...
What's that in Celsius?
Yeah.
Sorry, the rest of the world doesn't work in Fahrenheit.
Yeah. They're wrong. America.
Yes. That's pretty cold though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 12.2 Celsius.
Okay.
Yeah,
so that's a
I like 12 around 12 Celsius but like my house is kept around about 75, I'd say, Fahrenheit, which is 23, 24 Celsius.
Yeah.
So I'm cold in 24 Celsius, but I'm not in 21.
You're not in 12.
Yeah.
I'd probably put that down to being weird, mate.
What happens when all the flat earthers get sniped off the panel?
I'm just kidding. That's Australian humour.
We talk about the general heating temperature. This is what happens when all the flat earthers get sniped.
I don't get the people who snipe, like, on either side. They're not helping. They're just... I mean, I guess they don't think they're helping. They're just doing it because, it's funny to interrupt a conversation.
More funny to let it roll.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of them. Like I said, on many a show, if the show ends up being a snipey show, that's just the show. And there's going to be another one later, so who cares?
I've gotten sniped almost every time in the last few.
I've got to admit, you've been sniped like a lot, like they are actually getting entertainment out of sniping you, like it's a game with you in particular. Because like you'll come in, say one word, and they'll snipe you as soon as they know it's you. So in other words, your Plasno, I don't know how to say it, but your current avatar, you were sat there for a good few minutes while other people were chatting before I got to introduce you. No one sniped you. They could have done. As soon as you opened your mouth, they're like, right, I'll snipe him. It's like, what's wrong with Joseph? He's just another guy. There's nothing... I'm not saying this to be rude, but there's nothing exceptional about you. You've not done anything out of the ordinary to annoy anybody.
How dare you say I'm not perfect?
Yeah, you're not a special snowflake. No, I don't mean that. What I mean is you've not done anything out of the ordinary that would prick my ears to think, he's going to get sniped all the time. There's just no reason for it.
I think it's just because there's a chance that it's because I'm younger. Or so they're like, oh, he's gonna get mad because he's a child and he's gonna get all mad about this. Ha ha ha. Maybe.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 16.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I sound like a little boy though.
Nah, man. I didn't think you were 16. I thought you were like.
I didn't give it a second thought. I've got to be honest. It is Alex, is it? No, it's not Alex. It's Joseph. Sorry, didn't give it a second thought.
Yeah, it's... I'm wondering if it's that, or if it's just... I don't know.
Man, you're 16. You need to get out of this flat earth thing altogether. Go do something better.
Did they teach you that 9/11 was an inside job in school?
No.
That's too bad. Because if you were alive when it happened, you would know it was.
And on that note, I'm going to say a massive, huge, enormous thank you, first and foremost, to the live audience for joining us on this debating panel. Bit of a snipey show, but that's our show for today. So thank you very much for tuning in and for sharing. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.